to our next guest analyst. Let's go to Oliver Sloup. He's with Blue Line Futures in Chicago. Oliver, we've been talking all day about it. I mean, what are your thoughts here when it comes to these markets going into actually to the end of the year?
Yeah, well, corn has just been a stick in the mud, so there hasn't been a whole lot of exciting news to talk about there fundamentally and technically. I think we continue to trade in a little bit of a range. Eventually, we will get a bigger directional move. It's just what's going to be the catalyst to get that there and which way is it going to go. I don't know that. I don't have a crystal ball for that, unfortunately, so trade in the range until we get a breakout move. Soybean chart looks a lot more constructive. We are a little bit softer in today's session, but really just giving back yesterday's gains, but holding very strong. If we're able to get out above 1450 with some conviction, it's very possible that we go back and retest those September highs, which is close to that psychologically significant $15 handle.
Yeah, I mean, that would be interesting. These things have all kind of slumped. And it doesn't help having the Fed, raise interest rates because that's going to hurt demand or at least can, look for substitution in prices. So we'll have to see how that plays out a little bit here. What are your thoughts about the overall economy and how that could affect things? I mean, we had export sales today. I would have said they were fair to Midland, actually a little bit disappointing if you ask me. What's going to get us going here, or at least maybe knock this dollar down a little bit?
Yeah, well, this morning's weekly exports wasn't really anything to write home about. I think the bright spot in the agricultural markets was probably the pork complex, and we'll talk about that in the next segment. But grains was pretty in line with expectations, maybe even slightly disappointing. I think you're exactly right about the dollar. I mean, we're back to levels, we were just sub 110. Like a week ago, and now we're testing 113.
Yep.
That's going to continue to have a big impact. I think the currencies in the U.S. dollar specifically is going to be a key driver in a lot of money flow in the commodity complex. Eventually, I think the U.S. dollar does start to top out, but that might not be until the first quarter of 2023. And whenever that happens, I think that will give a tailwind to commodities, but I don't know that we're quite there yet.
I agree.